Hi there. I've had some questions about my tracking. Things I track, just an overview of my tracking. And so I thought I would go through a couple of planners that I use for exclusively for tracking and also for tracking and planning. So first I'm going to talk about my weeks. This is in a Sojourner folio. The leather name is Getty. And the first thing that I track, and I have tracked all year, is my weight every day. Some may or may not do that. It's just my personal preference. I do. And then some things that I track are, I've done a couple different things. Food, I'm not the greatest at. Weather, I ended up putting that somewhere else in my main planner. But I started tracking and I have used this every day, every week, every day this year. I'm so proud of myself. But I started tracking my mood. And then you can see I wasn't very good with my food, but I'm trying to get better at my food again, which I started picking up on that a little more in October. Here we have November. And so I'm not the greatest, as you can see, but I am good with my mood. And some things that I track are, it's all a matter of preference, but water, I take a magnesium and CBD at night for sleep. Mondays I fast a complete 24 hours, but then I do intermittent fasting, so I'll put how many hours I fast. I take supplements, and I even track personal things like bowel movements. I track my meds, my AM and PM, when I go to bed, when I wake up. I use my Aura ring to track sleep because I started having some sleep anxiety and insomnia issues. And so I really wanted to understand my sleep patterns, which helped me develop some nighttime rituals for bed. And I can talk a little bit more about those another time. But my tracking mainly started kind of something what some may think is silly, but it came down to flossing my teeth. And I'll show you where I track some of that. But my hours and my sleep score go here. My quiet time, my goal around my home is to organize and clean something every day. And I can go in a little bit more depth in my planner. Did I journal? Was I in my Java group? Did I do my Bible study? Did I do an Instagram post? Did I write in my 5-year journal? And then I'm working on a business. Did I move my body? And I have dreadlocks, so what I did to maintain them. Like Sunday I wash, do I spray, just different things like that. So here we look at my skincare AM and PM, and did I brush and floss my teeth? And I have brushed and flossed my teeth every day this year, and I'm so proud of myself because it was something that I wanted to track and to get better at. Also, did I change my mascara and toothbrush? I like to do that every 3 months. I dye my eyebrows, massage, pedi, when I see the esthetician, when I get my hair cut or highlighted or dreads maintained. I kept track of mammo and blood work also, and other my eye appointments. I did some playing around with my household, and that has evolved into something else. But here's where I track our dog's grooming and flea and tick meds. And more skincare, or actually, yeah, skincare. But here is where my sleep tracking became more and more detailed, where, let's come up here where it's blank, my readiness, my efficiency, and then like, is it good, fair, my REM and deep sleep, my heart rate, my activity, and my stress level. So I do that for the entire month. And I'm doing a good job of tracking. I might not have tracked because I didn't wear my ring, or I have been known to also forget my charger when I travel. But I can even put down if there was an issue, like my body temp was an issue, and so it sent me an alert that I might be getting sick. And so I have been keeping track of some different things for signs of health as well. And so that's how I used some of the back pages. Let's see what I have back here. But I'll be using, I have my 2026 weeks that I'll be starting in January, because I started this in January. I want the whole year in one book. And so I'll start again in January and use this leather cover the entire year, and I'm going to keep using it. And I use my pencil to write in and track. Here is, her nickname's Miss Thickums, and this is my Wonderland 222. Again, I'm going to use it the entire year because I started in January. This is probably the first time in many years I've used the same planner the entire year, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I didn't make a list of 100, but I've started my 2026 list. I made it to 73 things, kind of like Hobonichi, where it's your top 100. I put, I'm losing some of my pages because I had started this in a different Wonderland book, not the all-in-one. It was the core with the supplemental book, and I decided I wanted it all in one place. This is my reading chart. I have started book 41. I want to finish to 50. I will meet that goal this year. A little slower on my reading this year. I did not use these pages, but what I did was I started a chart for my house that would be quarterly and yearly, monthly things that I need to do, and I call them rituals, home rituals, and then weekly and what days I would be doing them. So this is like my template that I use for my household items. And then I move it to I don't do an October review. This is my November things that I move to my weekly. But then these are some other things, house projects to do, to buy. I'm going to see grandkids, just some personal, physical goals, spiritual. Then I use this as a highlight. I do my gratitude, and I got to. Because sometimes we take for granted what we get to do. And so then I give a highlight. That's what I use my weekly for. I've done that all year. I also like to put a photo, a highlight photo of something that I did. These are my grandkids and I. We're stand-up paddleboarding for the grandkids. And then this was at a wedding, my husband's daughter's wedding. This was us going to a concert. We were at a fall festival. So I have, this is this week. I have for 2 weeks built out. I've been tipping in postcards that I get from people, but also Scrap a Day. Roro and Lou gave me that idea. This is what I have for the week. I do a weekly reset, and this is my daily. So I moved from my monthly, weekly. I moved that from November, these items, to then what I'd be doing for the week daily. And then I move it to daily, my top 5. This is where I put my top 5 items that I'm gonna do. And they can include appointments, not just house things. I'm in the midst of laundry. And I have tomorrow's already set up and ready to go. I do Alex L's joy spotting, things that I saw. Still doing Scrap a Day. And then I do a verse of the day as well. That's important to me. And I use a lot of LA florals, as you'll see. And all of my functional stickers are Hob Sticker Co. Her yearly planner kit. She has these great tabs that I just love. They're perfect. They don't stick out too far. They're just perfect. And then I use her numbers and her days, her months again. And then I use it on her daily as well. So yeah, those are some of the things that I track and activities that I track. And also, if you're starting to get my hashtag of did you make your bed today, that's like a big deal. And I would love for you to join that movement of you showing a picture of your bed and that you made your bed today, because that's a great way to start. Your bedroom is your sanctuary, and really important things happen there. Your restoration, healing, body, mind, soul, all starts there. But if you have questions or want to see more or dive in deeper, which I plan to do with tracking, I would love to hear from you.